Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned.
Is another mini Liam Paro type. You know, this man from the UK has great leg, great combination punching, and a great name, Dalton Smith. He sounds like an actor, a super that man gets. And look, another fantastic matchup here. The boogeyman, the puncher against Dalton Smith. Smith is another mini Liam Paro type. You know, this man from the UK has great leg, great combination punching, and a great name, Dalton Smith. He sounds like an actor, a super that man gets. And look, another fantastic matchup here. The boogeyman, the puncher against Dalton.
Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz. And, well, as you see it, Matchroom finalizing Callum Smith versus David Morel and Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith with Turki Al-Sheikh / Premier Boxing Champions. And on July 12, ladies and gentlemen, like how we saw it, right after Matias defeated Alberto Puello, Turki Al-Sheikh was in the ring and he said, "You're going to be fighting Dalton Smith. That's your mandatory. That's your next opponent." And Subriel Matias said, you know, during the interview, well, Matias never really got to get interviewed. You know, Turki Al-Sheikh stepped in and announced that Matias would be fighting Smith. And Matias looked at Turki Al-Sheikh and told him, "You want action fights? You want an action fighter? You got one. You got one in me." And as you saw it, Matias and Mr. Smith faced off, and that's that. Dalton Smith is Subriel Matias' mandatory. Mandatories are sometimes, you know, mandatories are opponents for the champions that aren't really popular, man. Like, sometimes it's not a popular choice because sometimes is a name that's not big, is under the radar type of opponent, dangerous opponent, because most of the time mandatories are, like I said, not so big names. So they're hungry, they're dangerous, and a lot of times they cause upsets. And they're most of the time overlooked. And the things with mandatories is that you must face them. Otherwise, the organization, whatever it's the WBO, WBC, IBF, WBA, they're going to strip you if you don't fight your mandatory. You know, and Subriel Matias has one in Dalton Smith. So we're all caught up in the epic confrontations with Subriel Matias, Teofimo, and Hitchens, right? That's great stuff, and I love it. And that's the moves and action that Subriel Matias needs to be taken. And he took them. You know, you jump on a plane twice, one to Vegas to see Teofimo, one to New York to see Hitchens. And it was successful. He confronted both of those fighters finally, and he, you know, it was good action, not, you know, verbally. But, like I said, we got caught up in those confrontations, forgetting that Dalton Smith has been Subriel Matias' mandatory. You know, and has been and is. That's why he was at the fight on July 12th. That's why he was at the Ring 3 card, sitting down ringside to look at his competition. Between Puello and Subriel Matias, who's gonna win, because he was gonna fight the winner. That was the plan all along. You know, I think, in my opinion, it sucks that Subriel Matias has to fight someone like Smith. No disrespect. Smith is a good fighter. He's undefeated. He's ranked #1 in the WBC, which is why he has the opportunity at Subriel. Not only #1, but mandatory. He's 18-0, 13 knockouts. He's a good boxer, puncher. Hungry, you know, and just can't wait for the opportunity. So, and is a fresh face in the title picture. But of course, what I was getting to is that Subriel Matias fans, including myself, were looking forward to and want to see Subriel fight an elite fighter, a big name. Teofimo Hitchens, Gary Antoine Russell, the champions, you know. And unfortunately, due to what Turki Al-Sheikh said and, you know, Dalton Smith being the mandatory, it seems to me that Dalton Smith is in the way. He's in the way, he's in Subriel Matias' way, and he's in Subriel Matias' fans' way, our way. And based on what the article says, that Matchroom is finalizing Smith versus Morel, Kyle Smith versus David Morel, and Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith. Like what Turki Al-Sheikh said, this is going to be the fight. This is going to be next for Subriel Matias. And on paper, it's unfortunate. You know, we all want to see Subriel Matias fight the big names, as he should, well-deservedly. But it seems to me, based on what I've read and stuff, that Subriel Matias is going to be fighting Dalton Smith, as said, like it was after his fight with Puello. And the promoter for Mr. Smith is Mr. Eddie Hearn, who is actually undefeated against Subriel Matias when he was, you know, when he was behind Liam Paro, when he was back in Liam Paro against Matias and Manatee. So this is kind of like revenge for Subriel Matias, because even though it's not Liam Paro, he's fighting another Eddie Hearn fighter in Mr. Dalton Smith. So if Subriel was to go in and knock off Smith, he will get back at Eddie Hearn. And that's that. But yeah, just want to come out here and talk to you guys about that, ladies and gentlemen, that Matchroom Boxing is finalizing a Callum Smith versus David Morel fight, in what should be a pretty good fight in the light heavyweight division. And of course, you got Subriel Matias look like possibly to defend his title against Dalton Smith in a WBC mandatory title defense on a PBC Riyadh season card. I guess the target date is November 22nd, like they said. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with this news as it unfolds. But for now, they're finalizing the card, man. They're finalizing these two fights. Callum Smith versus David Morel, and Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe to my channel. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.